Hi everyone, this is Heather. Thanks so much for joining me. Today I've got a card tutorial for you and I'm going to show you how to add some sparkle and shine to your digital stamps with foiling. We're going to be making this fun mermaid card and I'm going to be using my Glaminator for the foiling. I wanted to make a smaller kind of note-sized card, so I've got a green piece of cardstock that I've cut to 4 1/4 by 8 1/2 and just scored that at the top for the fold. I have a piece of pale pink cardstock that's 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and I've gone ahead with my Canon Image Class laser printer and printed out my digital images. This little mermaid is from Pure Innocence. The words are from Silhouette. I use them in my Silhouette studio, and I've printed them on a scale patterned paper. In order to use a hot foiling machine, you must use a laser printer. An inkjet printer will not work. And you want to make sure that your printing is nice and dark and that you have a really good printing. So the better your printing looks, the better your foiling is going to look. For this project, I'm using foil from Xyron, made specifically for the Glaminator. I'm using the light green and also the gold. I've gone ahead with my scissors and I've trimmed the pieces of foil slightly larger than my printed images. I've opened up the carrier sheet that comes with the Glaminator and I'm going to lay my cardstock with the foil on top, and you want the foil color facing upwards, and you're going to sandwich that inside the carrier sheet. You want to slide the lever for the Glaminator all the way to the right to the little star icon and wait for it to heat up. It only takes a couple of minutes. I'm going to run the folded edge of my carrier sheet into the Glaminator and let it grab hold. Once the carrier sheet has completely left the back of the machine, you're going to pull it out just a little so that it comes all the way out. And I like to go ahead and take a bone folder or the edge of a ruler and go ahead and burnish my images. To me, it just really is a really helpful extra step to make sure that that foil is going to stick where you want it to. You want to give your paper just a second to cool before you take it out of the carrier sheet. And this one's already separated out. And you can see that beautiful metallic shine that that green added to that sentiment. And here is that sweet little mermaid. I love how even thin, detailed lines will foil really beautifully. And another fun thing that you can do is keep your negative sheets, because you could definitely use them on a different project. If you'd like to see a more detailed review of the Glaminator, I have it on my channel and I will link to that in the description box down below. I'm going to set the sentiment aside for a second and I'm going to color in my cute little mermaid. I'm using my favorite alcohol ink markers, which are the Tri-Blend markers from Spectrum Noir. I've used them a lot on this channel, and I really love how easily they blend together. Using the lightest shade of Fair Skin Blend, I'm going to color in the mermaid skin. Moving on to the darker tone of the Fair Skin Blend, I'm going to add a little bit of shading and shadowing. And one of the things I really like about foiling with digital stamps is that you don't have to worry about your lines bleeding. So if you want to use watercolor, alcohol-based markers, any type of medium will work because you can't smear the foiling. With that darkest shade laid down, I'm going into the medium shade. Just kind of overcolor and blend that out a little bit. And then go back to the light and just blend that all in together. For her bra and the seashells, I'm using the lightest shade of the pale pink blend. Of this same marker, I'm moving on to the mid-tone to do her cheeks. Then I wanted something that was a little bit brighter for some more contrast on her bra top and the seashell. So I'm moving to the medium tone of bright pink blend. and adding just a little bit more color to give it that kind of pretty pink seashell color. And then I'm going to go back to the lightest shade of the pale pink blend and blend those in together. For her hair, I'm using the lightest shade of the gold brown blend. I'm going to completely fill in her hair. Then I'm going to move into the mid-tone and add just a little bit of shading and shadowing, and then a few other streaks with the darkest shade. For her tail, I'm using the citrus green blend. I'm starting off with the lightest shade. I'm going to completely fill that in. I'm going in with the darker shade, and I'm going to add some shading and shadowing with the same marker, just the darkest shade. I'm going to go in with the mid-tone and blend those together a little. And back to the lightest shade to blend all three of those together. I wanted to add just some little flecks to her tail, so I'm just making some small little dash marks with the darkest shade, the citrus blend that we used to color in her tail. And then back to the gold brown blend that we used for her hair. And I'm using the medium tone, and again, just gonna add some little dashes. Just gives a little bit of extra texture and color to her tail. So that was just some really quick and simple coloring. And I'm just going to take my scissors and cut her out, leaving a little bit of a white border. To assemble my card, I'm going to place my pink piece of cardstock in the center of my card base, just using regular tape runner. I'm going to do the same with the foiled sentiment. I placed foam tape on the back of my mermaid, and I'm going to place her on my card. I have some tiny little self-adhesive pearl embellishments that were just the right size to put inside that shell she's holding. And for a little bit more sparkle and shine, I'm going to place some gold sequins around. I'm just taking really small glue dots and placing them where I'd like the sequins to be. I'll remove the backing paper. And I'm going to place a sequin on each of those glue dots. And here's our finished card. I really love the sparkle and shine that foiling adds. It makes it really easy to be able to color your images without worrying about your ink smearing, and the effect of that foil is just so pretty. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to check out my channel and subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye!